Hello, folks. I think this should be working. Let me just check it out. Yep, looks good. Okay, perfect. So I am going to be redoing this data viz. And yeah, I saw it from John Horvick, who is at DHM Research here in Portland, Oregon, where I'm based. And I saw it and thought, I have some ideas for how we might redo this in our thing about potentially improving it. So I am going to do that. So the first thing I actually realized, I had one of my contractors named Thomas put together a repo where he brought in the data. So let me actually, I haven't created that project. So I'm going to do a new project. And I should say, I've got over here chat on my other screen. So if I see any questions on YouTube, I'll take a look at them. Let me just put this in projects. And let me actually just do one thing and post this on Twitter as well. All right. Cool. Okay. I'll move this out of the way. No, I'll leave it behind here. Okay, so Thomas did all this work to parse the image, the SVG, and create some data for me. So let me actually just call this data viz. All right. I'm going to load tidyverse. I really like making sections, so I'll do a section label. And let me just check one thing. Okay, cool. So I'm going to import my data. So I'll call this gubernatorial. That's a complicated word. Governor race data. Actually, it's not even about the governor race. You know what? Let me just look at the data again, and then I'll come up with a better name. Actually, I'll just call it DHM Research Clean. Read RDS. So I know I actually imported it by just clicking it because it's saved as an RDS file. That'll import it, but I want to make this code so that other folks could run it if they're interested. Okay, so if I restart my session, which I did with the keyboard shortcut, run that again, I've got DHM Research Clean. Okay, so looking at this data, it shows kind of how various counties in Oregon have become like more or less Democratic or Republican. Sorry. Yeah, how they've diverged from the state as a whole, I think is actually a more accurate way of putting it. Let me actually first just like recreate kind of what this, recreate this. I'm just gonna make this a little bit smaller, put this over here. So, let me do ggplot. So we can see there's year, so I'll do x equals year, y equals the county. I'm going to add group equals county because this is a line chart and it not show up correctly otherwise. Sorry. X is value. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I can see, perfect, there's Multnomah County. Cool. Let me start out by just throwing like a theme minimal on it, make it look a little better. Okay. So the other thing that happened was the looks like the color varies based on how much the size of the change, I think in well, it's whether or not they voted. I'm guessing whether or not they voted Democratic, like in 2018, maybe. The blues actually seem basically the same, but the reds vary. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I'll just leave that for now. So let me actually, first of all, just like clean up the chart, or the theme. So I'm gonna do theme, axis title. I'm gonna remove that, and I'll add a title later. That'll be better. So, okay, the first thing I actually thought about was this is just like so much going on here. So honestly, the first thing I would think about doing would just be to facet it, so that if we run that, we're gonna see that we get 1 for each county. Already, that's so much better, right? Like so much easier to understand. Now, looking at this, I don't actually want a lot of my grid lines. I'm gonna remove all the minor grid lines, which should make it look a little bit better. Cool. The other thing is that well, I think I want to remove a couple other grid lines. I think I only want to have lines, grid lines on my vertical grid lines when there was an actual election. So, let me see, scale X continuous. No, I want to do breaks equals 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014, 2016, and 2018. Whoops. So, okay, perfect. Let me actually see. Maybe I don't even need the grid lines there. Let me try something different. Let me remove all grid lines. A lot of what I do, honestly, when I do data viz is just like strip things out. Okay, so that's probably too minimal. But let me actually, what if I add points as well? So then folks can see kind of like where the elections were. So I think actually I want to remove major grid lines on the X, but keep them on the Y. Okay, there, that looks good. Just thinking now. So well, I mean, I can make this plot bigger, like even if I like zoom it there. Okay, there are too many here, so I think what I want to do is remove that axis text. And I think what I'm going to do actually is do, maybe if I just do the first one and the last one. Oh, 2018 was the last one. That's a little confusing. Maybe I do want to remove those. Okay, I'll just leave it like that for now. I want to have, rather than the solid dot, I'm going to do shape equals 21, which will give me that dot. And let me actually do line type equals dashed. No, that might be. Nah. That's not, that doesn't look that great. So the only thing I'm thinking is, well, okay, I know what I need to do. I just need to add, I need to add a fill color. Because right now you can see right through there. So I'm going to say, when I do shape equals 21, what is it? Color is the outside and fill is the inside. So I'll do fill equals white. There we go. Okay, that's looking better. Couple little things. I want to left align the name of the county. So I'll do strip text equals element text. H just equals 0. So left align them. So in John's original tweet, he talked about like Columbia County specifically. I guess I'm wondering maybe, first of all, like if I want to how I want to kind of pull out Columbia. Now he did it here with, you know, all the lines, and then like, for example, where did Columbia go? If you click on Columbia, you can see it. And so I did it slightly differently, where I, you know, made small multiples, because I think that just is so much easier to see the pattern. So, you know, one way I could do this is basically to pull out, like make like highlight Columbia. And actually, let me make these, now let me make the line slightly lighter. So I'll do color equals, I always forget the values of these. Gray 80 is probably too much. Let me do like gray 40. 60. Okay. So I'm trying to make them a little bit more muted. So I'm going to make the point have the same color. All right, so the other thing I think I might want to do is add text at the end that shows like how much it was, where was Columbia again? In 2018, it was 11 points different than that election than the state as a whole. So I could even add text. And actually, let me do one other thing. Let me do face equals bold. Family equals, do enter. I do enter for, whoops, I want to do base family equals inter. Okay. Maybe we don't need that bold. Maybe I'll end up doing like a bold just for Columbia or something like that. All right, let me see about adding text at the end. So to do that, so I guess I'm wondering, maybe I want to add like text at the beginning and text at the end. Although maybe what I want to actually do is show the difference between where the county was like Columbia in 2002 was the same as the state. But in 2018 had become much more Republican. The other thing I'm wondering, like the fact that it's going down, I almost feel like maybe I want to have them all go up. Yeah, the problem is I don't have, we don't actually have that. There's another data point that's missing, right? Oh no, actually I take that back. If it's positive, that's more democratic. If it's negative, that's more Republican. Okay, so let me create, I'm going to create a variable called party swing. And I'll say, wait, is there any state, or is there any county that like went from one swing to the other? So like Baker's become more Republican. I have an idea. So I don't like the kind of up and down thing, but when we talk about Republicans and Democrats, we talk about right versus left, right? Like Democrats are to the left, Republicans are to the right. That's what I should do. So I'll probably have to come back and create this in a second, but if I do a coord flip, oh, I like this. I like this. I guess the question is, should up be like more recent or should down be more recent? Well, I'll leave it as is for now. I can flip it later if I want. Cool. Okay. So I think what I want to add is some explanatory text that says like basically, oh wait, this is opposite, right? Because Baker's actually becoming more Republican, but it should actually be the opposite. So I'm going to do mutate value equals value times -1. Okay, now though, I think, so I made my strip text left aligned, but since we flipped it, I actually think it should be in the middle. Um, let me see. Oops. So I think first of all, I need a line that shows the very middle. If I remove that, here I'm just going to add geom v line x intercept equals 0. I think this will do what I need. No. I always get so confused when I do a chord flip. Let me actually see if I can just do it like that. That didn't work. All right, I'll just leave it as it was. Or H line. All right, so that's way too dark. Oh, cool, interesting. You can see Clatsop actually started more democratic, has become more Republican. All right, so let me make this. I also actually want it to be behind that, so let me put it like that, which I think will, yeah. So I want this to be pretty light. So I'm going to do color equals, I do like gray 40. I always forget I think that's darker. Let me do like a gray 80. Okay. If anyone's watching, by the way, and thought you were going to get to see me use GG highlight, I thought I was going to use it, but I didn't. So, yeah. All right. I don't actually think I need the. I don't think I need that. The what is that? I don't think I need those. So I'm going to set it's getting cut off slightly. Like the circles are getting cut off slightly, so I could just set my limits like that, which will just give a little space. Oh, but I want to set my breaks. 2002 to 2018. Okay, there we go. All right. You know, the one thing I'm thinking actually is I think I need like a background. Strip background equals element rect, fill equals like super light gray, just something so, oh, that's not what I want. Sorry, it's not strip background, it's panel background. Okay, that. Isn't exactly what I want, but I'll fix it. Make that transparent background, or transparent on the outside. I just want something that like kind of brings it all together. I'm going to remove those two. I know I'm going to do that. I'll do that in just a second. All right, let me remove, I want to remove the axis text everywhere, and I'm going to add I'm going to have to add something to indicate, you know, these are the various elections. So let me actually add a title at this point. So I'm going to say labs title equals, what's the word that I'm looking for? Partisan swing in gubernatorial, in Oregon. And I'll say subtitle equals elections shown from, what is it? Let me just see how that looks. Whoops. All right, let me do a couple things. I'll do plot title equals element text, face equals bold. I want to make that bold so it looks better. I want to make that text a little bit lighter. Subtitle equals element text. Color equals, I don't know, gray 40 maybe? Yeah. Here, I'm going to say each, no, I'm going to add some annotations, I think. All right, so I need, let's see, first let me think if I can add color to these. So I'm not going to have the color there. I'm going to say color equals value. And then scale color gradient so let's see, low is on the left, that should be blue. High equals red, that's on the right. Let me, I'm not sure, actually, now that I look at it, how much. Let me zoom it. I mean, I definitely would take off the legend. Let me try something. Maybe I should make that the fill. And then change that to fill. Let's see if that looks any better. Let me do one thing. It's actually not bad. I think I need to make the size bigger, the size of the points. So let me see, like size equals, it's not that big. I can't decide if that's better or worse. It's not bad actually. I mean, you can see Benton. Although, maybe what I need to do, I can set, wait, if I do scale fill gradient 2, I can say the midpoint is 0. Maybe that would help. Why is that so purple? Oh, I have to set a mid too. Mid equals, I don't know, grade 90, what would that look like? Oh, that's looking better. No, I want it to be purple. Okay, so now you can see, for example, Grant is red and continues to be red. Multnomah is blue, has only gotten more blue relative to the state as a whole. All right, here's what I might do though. Now, I'm gonna actually separate, so I've done, where's my facet wrap? I'm gonna do a facet grid. I basically want to make two, like one just for kind of like Democratic leaning states and one for, or sorry, counties, and one for Republican. Let me see. A couple of things. Let me see if I can switch that. Let's switch the order. Whoa. Oh. No. I was just thinking if I want to switch the order. Of the year. I'll just leave it. I'm gonna leave this text for now. I probably will remove it again. So let me think about adding annotations to show kind of like how much more Republican or Democratic they become. So I'm going to go back here, and I need to calculate a value. So I'll say so for Clackamas, for example, I want it to be, it's become 1 point more Republican. So I'll say partisan swing difference equals, what if I do min? No. How do I get that value? Let me actually, maybe I'll just manually make it, make a new data frame. All right, so I'm gonna do pivot longer. Oh, you know what? I'm just realizing on the live chat I should, or on this, I should move myself so you can actually see better. Only took me 40 minutes to realize that. So let me actually pivot wider. I'll do ID calls equals county, names from equals year, values from equals value. All right, so I think there might be a better way to do that, but I'm not really sure. So I'll say, that's what I started here. Partisan swing difference equals 2018 minus 2022. And then I'll just select county and partisan swing difference. Okay. I'm going to save that. So now down here I can do left join partisan swing by equals county. So that'll add on that partisan swing difference. Wow, Douglas has become, is that right? Yeah, went from 15 to 27%. Yeah, Douglas has become way more to the right. Okay, cool. Sorry, let me just remove the legend. All right. That's just a little bit too light. Gray 30. Okay, that's good. All right, so I'm even going to say each dot shows an election. Okay. So if I actually look at my partisan swing, I can even say, I can add a variable, partisan swing party, and I'll say if partisan swing difference is greater than 0, then they've moved to the right. So we'll say GOP, otherwise Democrats. Just want to make sure there's nobody who's 0. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So now I could actually, if I wanted to use that, I could do a facet grid where it's a rows equals vars county and calls equals vars partisan swing party. I don't know. Let's see what happens. No, that's not what I want. It looks weird too because I think I would basically need to make two separate ones. I'm just gonna leave it. It's actually not bad having it in alphabetical order. Okay. I just want to add some annotations now, and then I'll kind of wrap up. So, let's see. I'm going to add an annotation to explain that line. So let's see. Annotate. This will be a text annotation. X is going to be 0. Y will be. Let me do that. Let me just make sure I'm getting it in the right place. No, definitely not. Okay, there we go. Maybe I don't need to show the difference from 2000, I mean, after I did all that work. Maybe I do just want to show that. And I don't actually need, now that I think about it, I don't want that on every one. If anything, I would just want it like on the first one. I don't need to repeat that every time. Let me just add that text though. So to do that, I'm going to comment that out because I'm not actually using that. So I'm going to say, I'm going to create just a 2018 one that shows that. So I'll do case when year equals 2018. Then I actually want it to be the absolute of the value. Oh, maybe I do want this. Because then I could say something like 5 points more more towards the GOP, although that might be too much. Well, let me just keep that as is. And I'm going to add label equals value 2018. Let me add G on text. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, so it's putting it right in the middle, which isn't what we want. So I think what I want to actually do is put it on either side depending. So I'm going to actually remove this here. Put that here, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay. First is I want to make this the same family. I want to make it inter. All right, so what I think I need to do is calculate the value of where it should be. So I'm going to do value 2018x equals. So if it's more, if they're swinging more towards the to the right, I want to have it on the left side, and vice versa. So I'll say, actually I'll just do it a case when. Case when actually I can even just do if value 2018 is greater than 0, then the x will be, if I do value minus 1. Let me try this. Greater than 0 plus 1. Okay, so now the reason I did this is I want to set my x to be that, not just the straight value. Wait, did I do something wrong? Oh, sorry, that's my y. And I know I could do this with the hjust as well, but all right, so let me actually change a couple of things. So I should actually call this y. Let me just make it really big to make it obvious. See if it's working. Okay, yeah, that's definitely working. Maybe it should be 10. All right, that's looking better. Let me make this bigger so I can see. Although actually, I think it should be on the other side. And I actually think it should be that maybe I should be using hjust. So just thinking about this. So if I do partisan just swing hjust, so I'm saying basically if the partisan swing party is GOP, then the hjust 0 is to the left, 1 is to the right. If it's Democrats, then it should be 0. Let me call it that. So I'm making a vector of various h-justs. That didn't work. Oh, because, wait, what's 216 divided by 36? Yeah, it's because it's 6 times. Could I repeat that 6 times? Does that work? Ah, okay, we're getting there. So let's see, Benton, cool, it's gone to the left. Oh wait, this is doing it based on the overall kind of like swing over time. Whereas I think I actually want it to be the 2018 value. So let me see something. I can remove that. Delete that. Whoops, that's not what I want. So I'll just do a drop-in A on value 2018. Wait, no, sorry, that's not what I want. I want a filter where year equals 2018. Okay, and now I have, hold on, let me see something. Okay, cool. So now I can say, partisan swing h-just equals case when if value is greater than 0, then 1. If value is less than 0, then, oops, 0. I don't know why I put that in quotes. Let me see. Okay, and now I just pull that. All right, so I'm making a new partisan swing h-just. Let me see if that works. Why is Columbia there? It should be on the other side. All right, I'm having a little, I feel like my mind is getting tired. Let me see something. It's really just, if it's Democratic, put it on the left. You know, move it left, I don't know, a little bit. If it's Republican, put it on the right. So I'm going to say mutate if, I'll call this value 2018y equals case when if partisan swing party is GOP, then it should be value plus 10 Democrats. All right, I know I deleted this before, but let me try this approach again. Got my pipe. That didn't work. Labels value, hold on, let me see. Oh, y equals. There we go. Ah, that's so much better. Okay, let me remove a couple things. I'm not gonna add that. I'll leave that because I might add that. Okay, so the other thing I'm wondering about actually is if I do color equals value and then copy this and do scale color gradient, that will actually make, I think, the text, there we go. Why is Lane there? Look at that. Same with Lincoln. Actually, I think that's too much. So I'm going to make it kind of a muted gray. So I'll do color equals, got a lot of different colors here. That's going to be too light. I'll do like gray 30. Let me also change continuous. Change the limits so that it goes from -40 to +40. Set the breaks to be equal to -40, 0, 40, and then, I mean, that'll be removed. Wait, Baker went away. I think they might be getting cut off. Let me try something. What did I do that got rid of those? Somehow some of those went away when I adjusted the limits. Let's do something. All right, well, I'm probably gonna stop now, but because I'm having a little trouble, and I could figure this out, but I think overall showing this to show kind of the partisan swing in different counties, like see how Columbia is gone more towards the right over time, I think is a really nice way to show that, as opposed to kind of the spaghetti chart, line chart that you see here. So yeah, I think I'll stop there. Hope that's helpful for other folks. And